Let me begin by saying thanks to all those who've shown me so much support and have helped me to stand here today in front of all of you. We all made this journey for a reason. It's humbling, but in my heart I know you didn't come here just for me. You came here because you believe in what this country can be under the fine leadership of my good friend Cham. In the face of war, you believe there can be peace. In the face of despair, you believe there can be hope. In the face of a politics that shuts you out, that's told you to settle, that's divided us for too long, you believe we can be one people reaching for what's possible, building that more perfect union. That's the journey we're on today. In the shadow of version 1, where Jacoby once called on a divided government to stand together, where common hopes and dreams are still found, I stand before you today to announce my support for Prime Ministerial candidate Cham Wow, and by extension I am announcing my intention to serve as Deputy Prime Minister of eCanada. I recognize there's a certain presumptuousness, a certain audacity to this announcement. I know I haven't spent a lot of time learning the ways of eRepublic, but I've been here long enough to know that the ways of eCanada must change. The genius of our previous governments is that they designed a system of government that can be changed. And we should take heart, because we've changed this country before. In the face of tyranny, a band of patriots brought an empire to its knees. In the face of secession, we unified a nation and set the captives free. We liberated our provinces, and we heard the call to let justice roll down like water and righteousness like a mighty stream. Each and every time a new generation has risen up and done what's needed to be done. Today we are called on once more, and it is time for our generation to answer that call. For that is our unyielding faith, that in the face of impossible odds, people who love their country can change it. That's what I believe us to be capable of. We have had our doubts, we've had our defeats, we've had our setbacks, but through our will and our words, we moved a nation and helped free a people. It is because of the many who rallied to this cause that we are no longer divided or oppressed. We stand free. It is because men and women of every level, from every walk of life, continued to fight against peace for freedom long after we had been conquered, that today we have the chance to face the challenges of version 2 together as one people, as eCanadians. All of us know what those challenges are today. A war with no end, a dependence on a system that threatens our future, hospitals where not enough wellness can be recovered, and new players struggling paycheck to paycheck despite working as hard as they can. We know the challenges. We've heard them. We've talked about them for a long time now. What stopped us from meeting these challenges is not the absence of sound policies and sensible plans. What stopped us is the failure of leadership, the smallness of our politics, the ease with which we're distracted by the petty and trivial, our chronic avoidance of tough decisions, our preference for scoring cheap political points instead of rolling up our sleeves and building a working consensus to tackle big problems. For too many months now, we've been told that our mounting concerns don't matter. We've been told that the anxiety of eCanadians and what they feel about rising prices and stagnant wages are an illusion, and that tough talk and an ill-conceived war can replace diplomacy and strategy and foresight. And when all else fails, when the headless chicken happens or the wall in the UK breaches 2 million, we've been told that our crises are somebody else's fault. We're distracted from our real failures and told to blame the other party, or Congress, or the admins. And as people have looked away in disillusionment and frustration, we know what's filled the void. The cynics and the lobbyists and the special interests who've turned our government into a game only they can afford to play. They write the checks and you get stuck with the bills. They get the access while you get to write a letter. They think they own this government, but we're here today to take it back. The time for that politics is over. It's time to turn the page. We've made some progress already. I'm proud to help lead the fight in Congress that may lead to another Q5 hospital in this country and a code of conduct that will ensure that government-funded programs are operated with accountability, sustainability, and pride. But eCanada has a long way to go, and it won't be easy. That's why we'll have to set priorities. We'll have to make hard choices. And although government will play a crucial role in bringing about the changes we need, more money and programs alone will not get us where we need to go. Each of us, in our own way, must accept responsibility for instilling an ethic of achievement in our new players, for adapting to a more competitive economy, for strengthening our provinces and sharing some measure of sacrifice. So let us begin. Let us begin this hard work together. Let us transform this nation. Let us be the generation that reshapes our economy to compete in the age of version 2. Let's set high standards for our newest citizens and give them the resources they need to succeed. Let's recruit a new army of soldiers and give them better training and more support in exchange for more accountability. Let's make weapons more affordable, and let's invest in good government. And as our economy changes, let's be the generation that ensures our nation's workers are sharing in our prosperity. Let's protect the hard-earned wages their companies have promised. Let's make it possible for hard-working eCanadians to save for houses. Let's be the generation that ends poverty in eCanada. Every single person willing to work should be able to get a job and earn a living wage that can pay for food and weapons. Let's do this. Let's be the generation that makes future generations proud of what we did here. Most of all, let's be the generation that never forgets what happened when peace came, and confront the terrorists with everything we've got. Politics doesn't have to divide us on this anymore. We can work together to keep our country safe. We can work together to track Phoenix down with a stronger military. We can improve our intelligence capabilities. But let us also understand that ultimate victory against our enemies will come only by rebuilding our alliances with Eden and exporting those ideals that bring hope and opportunity to everyone around the globe. I know there are those who don't believe we can do all these things. I understand your skepticism. After all, every month candidates from all parties make similar promises, and I expect this month will be no different. Everyone running will travel around the country, offering 10-point plans and making grand speeches. All of us will trumpet those qualities we believe that make us uniquely qualified to lead this country. But too many times after the election is over and the confetti is swept away, all those promises fade from memory, and the lobbyists and the special interests move in, and people turn away disappointed as before, left to struggle on their own. That is why this campaign can't only be about Cham and I. It must be about all of us. It must be about what we can do together. This campaign must be the occasion, the vehicle of your hopes and your dreams. It will take your time, your energy, and your advice to push us forward when we're doing right and to let us know when we're not. This campaign has to be about reclaiming the meaning of citizenship, restoring our sense of common purpose, and realizing that few obstacles can withstand the power of thousands of voices calling for change. By ourselves, this change will not happen. Divided, we are bound to fail. But the life of a man named Cham tells us that a different future is possible. He tells us that there is power in words. He tells us that there is power in conviction. That beneath all the differences of race and religion, faith and station, we are one people. He tells us that there is power in hope, that there is purpose here today. That's why I'm supporting Cham. Not just to hold an office, but to gather with you to transform a nation. I want to win that next battle for justice and opportunity. I want to win that next battle for better jobs and Q5 hospital care for all. I want to take up the unfinished business of perfecting our union and building a better eCanada. And if you will join me in this improbable quest, if you feel destiny calling and see as I see a future of endless possibilities stretching before us, if you sense as I sense that the time is now to shake off our slumber and slough off our fear and make good on the debt we owe past and future generations, then I'm ready to take up the cause with Cham and march with you and work with you. Together, starting today, let us finish the work that needs to be done and usher in a new birth of freedom in this country. Thank you.